Get host everybody, because today we'll be playing a game called Void of Desire, requested by ya boy Alex. Let's start. What's better than Void of any interest, I guess. Come on. Alright. For a long time I had been anxious about work and responsibility. Who isn't? The typical hustle and bustle and frenzy of modern daily life had me up against the wall. I hadn't been able to sleep for days due to stress. Is there like a way for me to change the font style? Because man, this font style sucks. It's so not eye friendly or whatever. Nothing. Roll back, skip, nothing. Great. Fuck. Fatigue was beginning to take its toll on me, so I decided to take a week's holiday to disconnect from the routine. I decided to go to a place on the outskirts of the city where there were some small wooden cabins, next to some houses away from the deafening noise of everyday life. And that's how it all started. Alright? And then what? Again. The same dream again. I'm tired of always seeing the same sky. Yeah, what's that sound? I'm not... Someone having a problem with their bowels? Soon you'll be in my hands, with that withered heart, with each other an eternal ruin, a cradle ruin. Let yourself go and you will see how everything ends. I don't wanna. You seem strange, lady. I only had 7 days to rest and unwind. I thought I said why days? What the fuck is why? But I was unable to feel comfortable or calm. Whenever my eyelids managed to get close, I always had the same dream. Crimson skies and a voice calling me. I was already on my 4th day out of the 7 I had to be here. I felt like I was wasting my time and not taking advantage of the opportunity I had to heal my mind in this little respite. I thought I said beat. See, I fucking hate this font style. Once my holiday is over, I have to go back to the city and head to work, but in this state I would be unable to do so. It's time for me to do something. Around the cabin, I only had one neighbor. Her name was Rin. We hadn't talked much, but whenever we ran into each other, she stopped to greet me politely. She was already living here before I arrived, for who knows how long. It is something that caught my attention, since we are quite far from any store or telephone signal. Apparently, she had a little sisters, or so I guessed. I didn't want to meddle too much in their lives either. Since they weren't human, I didn't want meddling where I'm not wanted. What do you mean by that? Why did you drop that so casually? What do you mean they're not human? What else could they be? Other than that, there wasn't much else to do in this place other than enjoy nature. What the fuck? Oh, something that I certainly wasn't used to. I guess we're just gonna ignore the part where you just said they're not human, but okay. Wait, am I in the wrong here? Apparently she had the lesser, I didn't want to meddle. Since they weren't human, I didn't want meddling where I'm not wanted. Fuck, whatever, I guess. A peace that I longed for and was now unable to enjoy. Poor me, poor them. They're not even human. I felt that after all, time was running against me and I was still stuck doing nothing positive. So I put, have you tried accounting? I don't know. So I put on my walking boots with the intention of taking a little walk in the woods. I thought it would ease my mind. And it started to rain. Asshole. I was walking alone through the forest. The afternoon rays colored the fallen leaves and branches, as well as putting blinding glare on the smooth surfaces of the rocks. The beam of light seemed to guide my steps in a path that only the sun could mark me. The sound of my boots breaking through the brush was accompanied by the sporadic chirping of some distracted bird. There wasn't much wildlife in this area. There weren't any people or inhabitants either, as well as those scariest half-humans. You mean skinwalkers? I don't have to fear or worry about anything. Because yes, apparently that kind of beings also suffer from stress, like us, and need to have a holiday. Where did they go to holiday? In a big city, since they are so used to the forest? Get away from the modern world and go back to their roots. Something that seemed almost like a mockery, pretending to be human. But I wasn't one to judge them either. Why? Because you're not human? However, I did suspect that many times my nightmares and discomfort was due to the presence of them, whatever that means. Who? Some seem more human or at the very least more pleasing to the eye. Others, on the other hand, quite the opposite. We had always known about their existence, but they had always stayed in that way. Stories. To scare children in towns furthest from technology where magic and superstition were still believe. Were still believe? You mean make believe? What the I don't know. I guess they never abandoned us. They were just there, discreetly. Perhaps out of fear of rejection, to be exterminated due to irrational human hatred. Now they are getting closer and living with us more and more. Because I guess the internet attracted them. Because a lot of people online are like, hey man, I am so totally down into having sex with a non-human. And there are people that support that shit. Oh, fucking gross. Can't say that I feel a deep rejection towards them. I never got used to their differences. Well, that has nothing to do with me either. I prefer to think that now the world and life show the true forms without fear. As I walk focused on my thoughts, and without paying attention to my surroundings, you bumped into something. I came to where there seemed to be a great tree. Oh, pretty great. Larger than the rest. Majestically crowding the center of the forest. Its spread branches webbed the sky above me. I'm a little tired. I'm not used to walking so much, man. I think I'll rest for a bit under this tree. What? You're resting even though it's a holiday where you should be resting? Okay. I lay down, moving some stones away from the side. It's getting dark now, and I haven't done anything productive yet. I guess if I feel guilty about resting, that's more than enough reason for me to really take these days off seriously. Okay. I slowly closed my eyes while I felt the last breeze of the afternoon wrap me with its gentleness. Then I woke up, it's already night in the forest and I get lost or something. At that moment I could feel how I became one with the entire forest. With everything that was there. And that made me feel protected. Safe. Calm down, but... Ow, again, I screamed in pain. And that is really annoying. Did you see the sound effect is too loud? Yeah, maybe somebody were over here. I screamed in pain. What has cut me? An insect? Aww. I raised my hand to see the source of the pain. I had a slight cut deep enough that my blood came out slowly and steadily. Damn. I'll have to go back to the cabin and tend to the wound before it gets infected. No shit, really? You think? Can I know how this happened to me? After saying my slight complaint, I heard something move behind the tree. Maybe what I had done this to me was a small animal. I got up and went to check it out of curiosity. I walked around a huge log and examined the ground. A burrow? Behind that big log, there was a big hole so deep you couldn't see the end of it. Why are you looking for it? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, urgently attending to the wound you just had? I moved closer to get a better look. It's too deep. What kind of animal did this? Just leave it alone. It's an animal, man. Or maybe it's a natural hole. It's just a simple hole, but somehow it feels like Kazuya was calling me. Every second I spent contemplating the immense darkness of that tunnel, I felt more and more hypnotized. Like a sailor before the song of a siren, I felt that I was being dragged towards its infinity and beyond. I reached out my hand. Why would you do that when your other hand is bleeding and stuff? Wanted to touch that darkness. I wanted to be part of it. To feel it in a poetic way, for nothingness to merge with me. Why? I don't know. Why do you want that? I don't fucking know. A slight drop of blood emanated from the wound. It slipped down to the tip of my finger as it traced the dirt-stained lines of my skin. After a few seconds, it fell. I read it carefully and with all my attention so I could gauge when that droplet would hit the ground. It didn't. You really think a drop of blood is enough for you to determine how deep a hole is? Just throw a fucking rock, at least you'd hear something. But a drop of blood? You really think a drop of blood could produce a sound enough for you to hear? Just saying. There was no sound of impact coming out of the darkness. Okay. What the... Instead, something else did come out of the depths. Da-da-da-da-da. Finally! This drop of pure blood was all I needed. Now my thirst is partially quenched. Partially. My sight was struck into the abyss. The more you look into the abyss also looks into you. Sup, good looking? I found that those famous words of Nietzsche took a literal meaning. I didn't know where I was. Perhaps I had fallen without realizing it? Nah, that was impossible. I just knew that voice, that sweet whisper soothed me. I took a breath and put it in a jar. Or pocketed it or something. What the fuck is this shit? What is this sight? It's like one of your dreams come true, Kazuya? I turned to see who was behind me. Man, the music is really inconsistent. Sometimes it's soft, but then it's fucking loud. What do you want? How do you mix this? How do you mix the audio here? Turned to see who was behind me. And it's the devil lady from the beginning of the game. This drop of blood you offered me, I didn't offer shit, lady. It just fell on its own because I was too stupid to clean it up. It is what I needed to wake up my numb body. What? Who are you? What is this place? Where am I? Don't you know? No, I don't. That's why I'm asking. Are you stupid? What kind of dumb question is that, stupid? You have attracted me. What? I only responded. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Now you are in the void. Can I avoid the void? I took a few steps back to put distance between myself and that woman that has horns. And yeah, I've been watching you, Kazuya. From what? A TV? A cell phone? A smartphone? You have a lot of confusion, too many questions. Yeah, what the hell? Help me clarify. Give me some clarity, lady. But why don't you sit down? On what? Blood-soaked floors? Where am I supposed to sit? I don't want my pants to get all stained with blood. Whatever you seek, I will give you answers. You are now in my realm. Where's your door out of your realm? The realm of endless void. Endless? But fear not, dear Kazuya. I was locked up and trapped here for a long time. No one ever heard my prayer and laments. From here, monsters and creatures are born. Sounds like we found the source of all problems in the world. I was just saying. This is where emotions and nightmares flow. I just need you to listen to this ancient creature from the abyss. Because I want to ask for help. Help? That's right. You don't like the kind of creature that's like, hey, you can trust me. Help. I need you. For what? To buy your groceries? I could do that. And what could something like you want from me? I want to go outside with you. I want to leave these chains. I can't do it alone. To do this, I need you to summon me out of here. Build the bridge between the two of us. Why should I do it? Why? That woman seemed deeply annoyed by my question. The tentacles that wrapped around her, as well as those that came out of the ground, began to move violently. If you can do that with your tentacles, can't you do that with your chains and remove it? I'm just saying. Because I have chosen you capriciously. I have a special interest in you. Why? I am a harbinger of excess and despair. And you seem like the best fit for me, don't you think? No. Wahaha. She laughed in a mocking way without batting an eye. Wow, you really are good at failing me to convince you to free you. You know that. You know that, right? I can feel the confusion and instability in your mind. And that makes me shiver. And what happens if I refuse? Do you want to know? She came dangerously close to me in a threatening tone. Kazuya. She put her face inches from mine and whispered, you just have to pour a drop of your blood anywhere dark enough for my wish to dwell there. Can any other blood do? Like, I don't know, an animal? A creature of the forest? And so I will inevitably come out. I look at her without saying anything. I know you will. I know you're a good, obedient boy. And when you've done it, we'll have a nice chat. What do you think? She took my face with both hands and closed my eyes with her putrid and sharp fingers. Shush. Now wake up. So it's a dream again? Okay. I'm back. I fell asleep and dreamed again. Before I finished the sentence, I looked at my finger in amazement. I had the scarred wound on my hand. No. I got up and started walking back to the cabin, so we're not gonna do the thing? Okay. Fair enough. I kept completely silent and tried to assimilate the encounter I had a moment ago. What had just happened? Who was that monster? A goddess or just another strange demi-human? Why do you say that so casually, like you've encountered these things in a normal setting? Before I reached the entrance to my cabin, Rin was there too. Perhaps making the same journey back as me. Oh, what the... What the fuck happened to you? How do you even journey with your eyes stitched up like that? Is that you, Kazuya? She was waving her slim hand to where I was. Almost like an automatic and instinctive reaction to the sound of my footsteps. Rin was a demi-human girl. Okay, so I guess the demi thinks you're demi-normal. Whatever. Okay. It was easy to see, even though she can't see, from the various seams that ran down her body. She had her eyes soon shut, so she was blind. But why? Despite her cold appearance, she was very kind. Ever since I met her on this site, she always greeted me courteously. Yeah, it's me. Are you coming back from a walk too? Well, you really think I can walk in this fucking condition? Yeah. I went to get some fresh air, since today seemed to be a special day. Don't you think so? Of course. I continued on my way to the cabin. She didn't seem like a bad girl, but the appearance of the demi-human still made me nervous. Kazuya? Are you alright? I hear your voice trembling a bit. Wow, sharp ears. She stopped me suddenly to ask me, does it look like it? Dude, why'd you actually say that? Why do you actually say, does it look like it, even though she can't see? God, you're such insensitive fuck. Insensitive fuck. I'm fine, nothing's wrong. Do I sound like it? It's much a more appropriate thing to say, I guess. And who has the pleasure of accompanying you? Company? Am I wrong? I thought I heard the sound of someone else walking behind you. Uh-oh. When she told me that, I was thought of the being I had just seen a few minutes ago, which made my blood run cold. No, I'm alone, and I'm fine. Oh, really? Excuse me, then. But if you need anything, feel free to let me know. Of course. Thank you. I continued until I left her behind. Did she really hear someone else following me? No, that's impossible. There's no one else here. I finally reached my cabin, breathing a sigh of relief. Before going inside, I stopped in front of the door. I pondered the remote possibility that she or something had followed me ever since. So I quickly turned around to scan my surroundings. There was no one there. I'd better get in here and forget what happened, or I'll really go crazy. I hesitantly grabbed the knob of the old antique door and pulled hard. I kicked off my boots from the dust and dirt of the field as I peered into the gloom. When I finished, I took off my clothes. Okay, do we really need to have this fucking long dialogue of, and I did this, and I did that, and I took off this thing that is on my body? Fucking really? How does this include? How does this help with the dialogue and stuff? How does this improve the fucking story? It doesn't. I tried to calm down as I thought about what happened. I was still confused and debating whether what I experienced was a dream or not. I raised my hand. I still had a slight cut on my finger. I know, right? No, it wasn't a dream or hallucination, I'm sure. So, I didn't quite understand my encounter or what that woman asked of me. Inevitably, I also remembered her warning. If I don't do what she asked, will I be in danger? Both fear and terror, as well as rage and helplessness, took over me. Why should I listen to her and let her threaten me something like this? I screamed in English and broken English. I was supposed to just want to relax and distract myself. How did I get to this in a matter of hours? Damn. I don't know what I can do. Wait, she said she was stuck in there a long time. Maybe Rin or her sister, who have been here longer than me, know something. But should I tell them? What if I don't warn them and I really am in danger? Yeah. I pressed my fist against my head as if that gesture would help me think better. Should I tell Rin what happened or keep it a secret? No, I can't tell them this. Why not? Just tell them. They're a demi-human. They must know something. First, I don't know if doing that would make her even angrier with me. What's she gonna do? She's all chained up, though. It could be dangerous for both me and them. And why not say so? I don't know them well enough to trust those demi-humans. Racist. I better keep it a secret, at least for now. But what am I supposed to do? Am I to heed and obey what she asked me to do? I think I'll start by making myself some dinner first, and in the meantime, I'll think about this. Okay, whatever. Void of desire, more like void of any interest. Come on. While I cooked and cut the ingredients on the kitchen board, I thought about everything that happened. You keep thinking it's since fucking... How many times are you going to think about it? God damn, I know, right? You've been thinking about it, so let me think about it some more. Fuck. Get on with it. I didn't know who or... Yeah, I know, but you keep saying this shit. God, so... Void of any pacing. Well, what I know is this is not void of bloat. It's not void of overly written shit we've already know. Fuck. Whether she was dangerous or not. How are you supposed to know that if you don't even fucking ask anybody who knows this stuff? I'm just saying. God. Or even what she would do after helping her. I had no idea of her intentions. What is she supposed to do once she's here? Try to behave like someone normal, or is she completely instinctive? I didn't want to unleash a disaster, but I couldn't ask for help either. Yes, you can! Yes, you fucking can! You just fucking... God damn it. If I did, maybe it would be me who suffered a bad fate. When I finished cooking, I sat down on the couch, placing the hot plate on my... I don't fucking care what you do with your fucking dinner. I don't fucking care that you died in silence. I chewed and chewed, and I'm still paranoid. I'm still thinking about it. Shut the fuck up. When I was done, I put the... You know what? Do we need to know that you fucking wash your dishes now? Fuck off. Fuck off with this dialogue. Fuck you. This sucks. It was already pitch black. If I was supposed to summon her in a very dark place, this was the easiest time. When I went back to the kitchen, opened the drawer and got a knife. Why, you're gonna make a sandwich? Again? I checked what could be a suitable place to pour a few drops of blood, just as happened in the forest. Under the bed, in a crack. In the end, I opted to do it in one of the corners of the room where I sleep. It was dark enough that you couldn't see anything, even in the dim light of the moon. What, you're gonna summon her now, even though you said, no, I don't want to summon a disaster. Blah, blah. I got down on my knees, facing the jet black darkness of the room. I gripped the blade of the knife firmly, questioning my poor sanity and why I was in such a situation. I decided not to think about it too much, even though you keep fucking thinking of it. You keep thinking of it. You keep yapping about it. You keep, oh my god! And then I washed the dishes. Fuck off. Act more so that everything would end as soon as possible. Jesus, what are you doing? The blade lacerated the tip of my finger, and when the blood spurted out in drips, I hurled them into the darkness. Are you fucking... You just said that you were unsure of what to do, and now you're doing what the stupid shit red devil woman is saying. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not even certain, and yet you keep doing shit that's so fucking dumb. What the fuck is wrong with you? As if I were a peasant throwing coins into the well of fortune. I didn't know what reaction or what to expect next. I didn't know if that was the only thing I had to do. I was in completely uncharted territory and given to chaos. You're so dumb. What the fuck is this shit? No, nothing happens because you didn't do the ritual correctly? I don't know. Maybe I really lost my mind. Why did I agree to do something stupid like this? Not yet. A voice from the darkness answered. If you haven't completely lost your mind yet, Kazuya. It was her, Red Eyes. From the darkness, in addition to her voice, I was also beginning to appreciate her eyes stuck on me. Why? Because you're void of getting a girlfriend or something? What is wrong? Watchful and stalking. Hypnotic. You did. You called me. I backed away not out of fear but out of caution. I'm already with you. What does that even mean? Slowly and from a jar I heard footsteps. Where? You who offer your blood? I answer to you. What the fuck is this shit? Where the soul perishes and the heart is lost, whatever that means. The sounds of her footsteps were getting louder. You're still chained? I never abandoned you. A shadowy silhouette began to form in front of me until she appeared completely before my eyes. You? What's wrong, Kazuya? Have you already really lost your mind to see a perfect being like me? I'm a real temptation. Right? Nope. Nothing like that. I'm surprised you're actually here. Didn't I tell you? You don't have to be surprised. I know, but... I shook my head, trying to expel my confusion and fascination. Now tell me, what do you want to achieve with this? Are you satisfied yet? Of course. Did you doubt it? You've done me a great favor, a little ephemeral. So tell me, what else do you want from me? You already want me to disappear? Let me tell you that this is only the beginning. The beginning? Yeah, what is wrong with your fucking hearing, man? The beginning of what? Oh dear. The beginning of many things, believe me. First of all, let me introduce myself. I guess I haven't done that before, right? Yeah, you never did. That's why we're like, who's that? Who are you? She got closer to me and I was on alert about what could happen. I am Lilith. I am also called the Void Dweller, Beast of 1,000 Nightmares, Temptress of Souls, and countless other names. So many names I can't keep count. But don't let those prejudices fool you, however dark they may seem. In reality, I am a being full of kindness and emotions as humans as you. She laughed in a contained way. I imagine that you are also curious to know what is the place where I come from. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. I want to know what is that place that I have also been seeing in my dreams. That question has a simple answer, dear. What is it? Just say it, god damn it. I am attracted to weak-minded and weak-willed people. So what does that say a lot about me? God damn it. I couldn't notice anyone else, but you caught my eye. Are you trying to say I'm kind of special, even though I am weak-willed? I could feel your laugh and hell slowly heading to doom? Okay. That makes it a lot easier to be able to manipulate somebody to fulfilling your wishes, don't you think? Wow. At least you're honest about it. So slowly I was accommodating your sensitivity because we're fucking gay. So that every night when you slept, you felt attracted to me, listening to my voice. I said seeing my kingdom. That way, you wouldn't panic or go completely crazy when it appeared in front of you. You wouldn't be the first person to become irrational when you hear my voice. Okay, so now what? Also, in my realm of the abyss, negative emotions flow. From lust? Okay. Pessimism, jealousy, revenge. When the cluster of emotions come together in the same point, place, object, or person, they can create a monster like me. Okay. Wow, emotions really are powerful. The power of friendship bullshit makes sense now. Okay, but you have nothing to fear, Kazuya. I have chosen you to be with me and help me. Okay. This is all I swallowed hard trying to understand the situation. What am I supposed to help you with? I've already made you come out of that void. What else do you want? The answer is simple. Revenge and blood. God damn it, you really think the police are gonna be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you murdered that guy, but yeah, you gave us a reason. Revenge and blood. That makes sense. What are you talking about? I don't mean yours, sweet ephemeral. I'm talking about Shizu. Shizu, that name sounded very familiar to me. Not to me, though. What the fuck? Who is or what is a Shizu? I was trying to remember it when... You know her. No, I don't. Although you haven't seen her, but you know who she is. No, I don't. She's close. Not far away. No, really? Redundancy much? She's close, not far away. She's here, almost not exactly there. What the fuck are you... You mean Rin's sister, right? Sister? She left again in an exaggeration. Okay, I'm bored now. Let me just end it here because I have to prepare for work. So this is Void of Desires. What the fuck is this overbloated mess? If you want to try the game yourselves, the links in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Well, at least it's doing something interesting. Like, I summoned a thing that is probably shouldn't have been summoned in the first place, and now what are we gonna do with it? Holy shit. Kinda. But the dialogues before that, God, it's so fucking annoying and overbloated mess, man.